guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa. So we are currently getting a blizzard and it's pretty bad out there. So I thought it would be a good time to do my wrap up because I haven't done that yet. I'm also going to show you what I'm currently reading and a very small TBR. I have to be honest with you guys, I have a really hard time with TBRs. One, I am very much a mood reader, so I cannot plan to read books because my mood just changes so much. So I have a really hard time planning TBRs, but I am going to show you some books that I really need to get to very soon. So I'm calling it a TBR. As always, I'll start with my wrap up first. So, for the month of February, let me tell you guys, I've had a horrible reading month. I was in a little bit of a reading slump at the beginning of the month, which I'll kind of explain a little bit later. But I did read 4 books. 2 of them were kind of small, but I did read 4 books. Not my greatest month. Like I said, I just had a horrible reading month. So the first book that I read in the month of February is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I believe I gave this one 5 stars. I can't remember if I gave it 5 stars or not. But I really enjoyed this book. I loved Jude's character. I thought she was just so, she didn't take crap from anybody. She stood up for herself. And even though she's in this world where fairies hates humans, she still wasn't going to take it. She was sick and tired of it, and she stood up for herself. And I really enjoyed her character. I thought she was just very cool. I don't know how else to describe her. But in this book, fairies are a little bit more crueler, and it's a little bit darker. So yeah, fairies are a little bit different in this book series than it is in maybe some other ones. But I still really enjoyed it. I did give it 5 stars. I'm very interested to read more from this series. I think it's going to be a series. I don't know. But now I have to wait a while till the next one comes out. But I still really enjoyed it. So definitely recommend it if you guys need a good fairy book that's just a little bit darker than A Court, Thorns and Roses or something like that. So then the next 2 books I read for the Owlcrate-a-thon, which the Owlcrate-a-thon, I forget how long it ran. I think it was like 2 weeks. And the requirements were that 1, you read the book that you've owned from Owlcrate the longest. And then 2, you read 2 different genres. And then 3, you read at least 2 books. So I read 2 books, and I read 2 from 2 different genres. The first one is Psi Like You by Casey West. I really enjoyed this book. It's a cute, fluffy contemporary, and I just loved it. It's lighthearted and just a good book to read if you need a break from all the fantasy. I highly recommend Casey West books. I believe I gave this one 5 stars. I just really enjoyed it. It was adorable, and I don't know what else to say about it. It was just really cute. Definitely recommend it if you guys need a cute, fluffy contemporary. Then the next one I read for the Owlcrate-a-thon was The Glass Spare by Lauren Stefano. I don't even know how to say it. I'm horrible with names. But this is the only Owlcrate book that I've owned the longest. I haven't been with Owlcrate for very long, so this is the only one that I've owned the longest that I haven't read yet. So yeah, I picked this one up. I really enjoyed it, actually. I was a little skeptical at first, but it's a really good book. It was fun. The character the world was really interesting, and then Will's character she was just really cool, and I just found it interesting that she could change living things into gemstone, which was kind of neat. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I would want that power. I don't know. But I still found it really interesting, and I think this is going to be continuing because the way it ended, I'm like, no, please do not do this to me. So I'm hoping they continue with this and make another one, but we'll have to wait and see. But this one was really good. I really enjoyed it. I believe I gave it 4 stars. It was a little slow in spots, but for the most part, it was a really good read. I definitely recommend this one. Then the last one I read, it wasn't for the Owlcrate-a-thon. It was just because I wanted a short read, and I thought, oh, this one should be short. No, it took me a couple days. I thought I could finish this one in a day. It took me a couple days to read because it was so bad. And that is Belle by Cameron Doki. This book, so bad. I gave it 2 stars. It was the first like 50 pages, and mind you, this book is 200 pages long. The first 50 pages is her talking about her childhood and how she didn't believe she met up to the same standard as her beautiful sisters. She wasn't beautiful enough for her sisters, and it was just a lot of her being self-centered and just bitchy and complaining. Like, let me tell you, I did not like this book. And this is, mind you, this is supposed to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling, okay? The Beast did not show up until page 140 or 142, something like that. Are you kidding me? A Beauty and the Beast retelling, and the Beast doesn't show up until 140. The book is 200 pages long, like, and then they never really explained the curse, which I found the curse really weird, because in order for Belle to break it, she had to hold a branch from a tree. He had to hold one end, she had to hold the other end, and she had to look into his eyes for 5 minutes. Okay? Like, I don't get it. I don't. Oh, it was really weird, and the first 100 pages of this book is just her being very self-centered and very whiny and complaining about her beauty, how she wasn't beautiful enough. Oh, like, shut up. Like, just, oh, this book just was horrible. Horrible. So, I'm going to stop before I continue on in a rant and get even madder. But anyways, now I'm going to move on to the books that I'm currently reading. So I'm going to talk about the first book that I'm currently reading. I actually started this in February, and this is the book that I believe kind of put me into a slump. And that is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I don't know how to say her name. This one really, I think, has put me into a slump. I've been really wanting to get into this book so bad, but it's been so boring and slow. And then it would pick up, and then it would be boring and slow, and it's like, my God, this thing is freaking huge, and I'm only 100 pages in. I'm already having a hard time. So I don't know. I've been really having a hard time with it. I think I'm going to pick up the audiobook and try the audiobook and see if maybe I can get into it that way. But I have been having a horrible time with this book, and I think it's kind of put me into a little bit of a slump, because when I was reading this one and needed a break from this one, I decided I was going to pick up Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, and I read the first 40 pages, and I just couldn't get into it. And I really enjoyed the first book and really want to get into this one. So I just put it down because I was just having a hard time. So I'm like, I'm not even going to read. So the first week of February, I hardly read anything. I just couldn't. So yeah, I'm still currently reading Siege and Storm. Like I said, I'm 43 pages into this. So I'm hoping to maybe pick it up again in this month sometime and finish it, because I really do want to finish this series. Then the last one, then the other one I'm currently reading, it's not the last one I'm currently reading. That is The Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson. I'm actually listening to this one on audiobook, and this month has been horrible for travel. We've been sick, and then the weather's been bad, so we haven't really been traveling a whole lot. So I haven't listened to any more of the audiobook, but I am still in this. I think I'm like 30 some chapters into this. I'm not sure exactly how far I am, but I'm still really enjoying this. This series have been amazing, and there's so many twists and turns, and just this book has been great. Or the series has been great. I highly recommend it if you really need a good fantasy series. And definitely if you guys need a new audiobook, I would highly recommend the audiobook. It's a full cast. It's just so good. So good. Definitely check it out. Then the last one I'm currently reading. Okay, so I haven't started this one. I actually just finished the first book to this morning and loved it, you guys. So I am actually going to pick this one up this afternoon after I'm done with all this. And that is Daughter of the Siren Queen by Tracy Levenseller. Oh my gosh, I love the first book. It is so freaking good. So I have to know what happens. So I'm going to pick this one up right after I'm done with all this because I just cannot wait. I need to know. These books are so freaking good. So good. So then on to my small TBR. There are a few books that I would like to read this month. So the first one I'm going to share with you is actually the book club pick that we picked for this month, for the month of March. And that is Every Day by David Levithan. I am horrible with names. I'm sorry. But I know this one's made into a movie already, but it will be probably about a couple weeks to a month before we even get the movie. If we even get the movie here in my town. My movie theater is horrible. But the pick was a movie made in, or a book made into a movie, and so this was the book we picked. So I'm really interested in this one, and I can't wait to get into it. So this is one I definitely have to read this month. Then the next one is actually, this one was in my February TBR, but I didn't get to it because, like I said, I was in this reading slump, and so I did not get to it, but I'm hoping to get to it this month, and that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, I really want to continue with the series and really want to pick up this book, but I haven't had a chance to. Oh, with the slump, and then it's been a crazy month, but hopefully sometime this month I can pick this one up and read it. And then the last one I would like to either read this month or the next month. I would just like to read it before it comes out. That is Faireborn, and this is by Claire Legrand, I think it is. This is actually an art copy. I was nice enough to get it from a lady who's willing to trade with me. So I'm really excited, and I'm hoping to read this either this month or next month before it comes out, because it comes out May 22nd. So yeah, I'm hoping to read this one, and yeah, I'm excited. So that is all the books I'm going to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, Goodreads, or Twitter, I will leave all the links to that in the box, so check it out. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you support my channel and all of your encouraging words. So I definitely appreciate it. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!